Welcome back to Marriage Hot Takes. Thank you for taking time to join us today. We are your hosts, Aaron and Kim Degler. Each week, we just want to share a little bit about our marriage over the last 22 years. We won't tell you all about the 22 years, just some of the highs, lows, and maybe all the in betweens. And we like to leave you each week with a hot take that we hope that you can take into your relationship, into your marriage, and be a conversation starter, almost like if you had a deck of cards. Maybe that's what we should have.
A deck of cards.
Marriage hot takes.
Yeah.
That'd be a game. See, sometimes, we
just draw the card and say
this is the hot take,
and then you discuss it. How do you win though?
Well, remember in marriage, there's no winner or loser.
Oh.
You're not supposed to be keeping score.
No. I like to keep score.
Don't keep score. That's not good for a healthy relationship. That's not even today's topic. That's like a bonus episode right there. But our hope is that you take the hot take and end your relationship, that you can have a conversation with it and start it. Usually, we're going to end today with a hot take, but we usually always end with a hot. We do end with a hot take. Ooh, can't get those words out. But today we're going to start with a hot take because, and if you don't have any shoes on, put shoes on. But we're still going to step on your toes anyhow. But if you don't, it's really going to hurt.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Today's hot take.
Look out.
You don't understand is often the phrase we use when we want our excuses to feel more valid than our responsibilities.
You don't understand.
You don't understand what I have to do every day.
So many times, being in, when people ask, how do I lose weight? How do I get in better shape? I start to tell them. Before I tell them why I'm telling them, before I can get it all out, they go, but you don't understand. But I have this, but you don't understand. But you don't understand. Mm-hmm. And there's probably people that watch this as we give hot takes, as we talk about, give some thoughts, ideas, what people should do. They're probably on the other side going, but you don't understand. But Aaron and Kim, you don't understand my situation. Mm-hmm. And so, as the hot take says, you would what? Call them excuses?
Yeah.
And we like to call them
excuses
reasons
to feel more valid than our responsibilities.
And so when we use an excuse, we like to say it's a reason, it takes the responsibility away from us. And what are some things that sometimes, but y'all don't understand. Mm-hmm. And we hear this oftentimes that maybe one person is doing more than the other.
Mm-hmm. I do it all, and they're never home.
Or I do it all, but they are home, but they don't ever.
Mm-hmm. They don't appreciate it.
So, and you go, you don't understand my situation. Y'all's situation is different. And yes, every situation is different. It's very true. But at the same time, we have to take ownership of what is going on. So it may even be that, and you have this written, not on there.
Oh. But I'm like, where? What?
But you have it written on a post-it note.
Always go first.
Always go first.
Mm-hmm. Be the one to go first.
Be the one to go first.
Says.
Which will be always go first.
Yes. Be the one to go first.
And somebody's response right now, but you don't understand. I've been going first for 39
And when
years.
we say be the one to go first, what that means is be the one that sends the text to say I love you, or be the one to, okay, maybe today I'll just fold his towel back, or I'll do this for him, or I'll do, I'll be the one to do that first. I'll be the one to make a first move. All of those things, just be the one to do it, because maybe, just maybe, they're waiting for you to go first.
But you don't understand. I've been going first, and I haven't gotten anything in return.
Yeah, that sucks. That's what I would have to say. I
But
would be
so,
like, "Trust me, I know. I go first every day."
but that is a lot of times the response that you might get. Well, that sucks. I hate that for you.
Yeah.
But what does really being the one to go first mean?
I love when you look at me with opening questions.
Really being the one to go first, as we began this one, is not about keeping score.
Yes, it's not.
It is really
It's
about
it's not like I'm gonna say, "Well, this week, 14 times I went first. How many did you go?" You don't say that on Friday.
no, you don't.
You just do it out of your heart because your heart wants to. That's why I do try to go first because I want to go first. I want to be the one to be first.
And it's not a competition.
It's not.
It's not going. I've gone first
I
5
don't I
times.
don't keep track of it.
No, and and we would say it's easy to say, work on it, communicate, do it together. But in all honesty, there are going to be um, husbands or wife on the other side that is not going to do those things. No matter how many times you go first,
Yes. 100%.
they don't. The other person doesn't always realize that there are some issues that they need to work with and to do. They don't realize that, and so we understand that when we're saying some of the things, we're kind of on the same page with some
Mhm.
things, or we'll communicate.
Right, because some situations are completely different and those are not the situations we're speaking to.
Hmm.
We're speaking in a loving relationship where two people are really trying to survive and to work together to be married, not one that where you're being abused or neglected or anything like that. So, with that
Because
being said,
those relationships are going to require more than just
you go first.
you go
That's not
first.
it. That's not going to be the answer.
It's going to need some maybe counseling, some something more in depth.
Yes.
And I have to be honest. Um, Sometimes, and I've had discussions with clients before that as they share a little bit about the relationship and the things they're doing, I've often recommended, you know, you are doing the things you need to do,
Mhm.
but it sounds like you will probably need some professional
Help.
help together because sometimes if it's not working, when you come together and have a professional help you, it can make a difference.
Right.
And sometimes that is really what's needed.
Mhm.
Because if
And
one,
so maybe you're the first one to call for counseling.
yes, maybe that's the going first is saying, hey, I think we need some counseling now. But you don't understand. I've tried that 5 times, and here she has said no,
Mhm.
and we understand
Yes.
that.
Yes,
And
we do.
those are hard seasons,
Yes.
and those are things that um, we can't always say, here's the general answer to fix all relationships
Yep. It's not.
because they're all a little bit
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. I agree. And I just think, we're not perfect.
Mm,
We don't pretend to be perfect. And for we've been married 22 years, so for a good 18, no, not for a good 18. For 18 of those, we were far from even being close to good.
hmm. Yeah, I mean, yes.
So, yes, and there would have been a lot of you don't understand.
Hmm. I mean, and there's been, um, just recently, um, we had a conversation about just maybe last year, a couple of years ago, that I thought everything was good,
You did.
and
And come to find out, we found a little note.
yeah, that there was,
Yeah.
you know,
That I didn't feel the same way you did.
that you did, and you had just typed in your notes, kind of get it out of your head.
Yeah. Kind of like
Um,
journaling.
yeah, and so when you read it to me, you kind of read one little part, and you didn't really want to finish the rest. But I said, "Well, what's the rest of it say?" And then and that was, I mean, not hurtful that you wrote it, but I was hurt that we were in that,
And you didn't know
and I
it
didn't know.
because you weren't probably picking up on the signs
Hmm.
or paying attention enough to know that I don't think she's real happy.
Hmm. And that was just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and and so we get that sometimes you don't know.
Yeah. And I think sometimes one of the spouses that maybe is having those inside struggles and they try to keep them hidden, that's what they're doing. It's just by that point, they're in complete just, yeah, everything's great here.
Hmm.
But then inside, they're fighting all the battles that they won't openly share with their spouse.
Hmm. And so um, those are challenges. Um, and so I don't even know what number episode we're on, but with all the different hot takes, I don't know where necessarily at where it's coming out at.
Right.
Um, but there are probably ones that you watch go, yeah, but you don't really understand my relationship. Well, you don't, and again, well, you don't understand how much my kids need me.
Hmm.
Well, we do get it.
Or you don't understand, I'm taking care of a parent, or I mean, it's not just kids, it's everyday life. You don't understand how stressful my job is. You don't understand what financial hardship we're in. You don't understand, you could never begin to understand where we're at emotionally. You can't understand that, I think she's in an emotional affair with someone. All of those things. You're right. We can't understand some of those, but everyone has something.
And are we sometimes, and we have to be honest with ourselves, are we using those as an excuse to take away from our own responsibility in that?
Right.
I know there's sometimes, I might give somebody 3 or 4 different options to exercise. No, that doesn't work for me. No, I don't like that. No. So, okay, then are you really wanting change?
Right.
Or are you just making an excuse that you can't do all those because you don't want the responsibility that it is really on you,
Right.
that you might be the reason
Hmm.
that maybe the relationship isn't going very well?
Right.
It could be the reason that um, you're out of shape because you're not taking control of your life to I can't run, but I can walk. I
Hmm.
can't lift 100 pounds, but I can lift 5.
Hmm.
And so the same thing is true with our relationships. Are we using those? I can't do. I can't. We can't go on a date night once a month. We can't do that.
Hmm.
But okay, can you maybe just make a couple sandwiches
Right.
and go sit on the back porch and have a picnic
Yeah.
and talk?
Yeah. I always think that is interesting to hear that because date night doesn't have to be an extravagant, let's go out and spend any more $100 on dinner and then whatever else you're going to do. It can be ship the kids to grandparents or a friend or a neighbor and have dinner at home by yourself, cook dinner or get McDonald's or make sandwich at whatever, but devote that night to each other.
Hmm.
Yes, you may not be going and eating at the fanciest restaurant, but the goal of date night is for the two of you. It's not about what, well, that doesn't look so pretty to post on social media. Well, actually, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. If I were to scroll social media and I come across somebody having a date night at home, I'm going to be like, that looks pretty nice.
Hmm.
You know, it can be what you make it. We have a date book that we bought at
Yeah,
55 years ago.
a couple years ago.
And on top of that, in our marriage group, they
Okay,
each bought one too because
not to
we were
have
all gonna,
anybody's.
yeah, we were all gonna do it, and it gives you different we don't know what's in it because we've not opened an envelope yet, but
No.
it tells you, and you can choose like easy date at home, or do you want to go, all these things, and then you just open the envelope, it tells you what to do or whatever. But date night can be easy
Hmm.
at home.
I mean, when we had kids, we have date weekends. We go out to the hotel and all that.
Yeah, we did all of that.
And I mean, and even at home, we have 3 bedrooms. One room we've never slept in. It was a kid's bedroom, but we changed it into a guest bedroom. And we can. It has dark windows. We can treat it just like a hotel room. We
Yeah,
go
we
take
could.
a nap in it.
We could go in there and act like that's the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a separate bath.
We've never slept in it or anything.
No, we could do that. I mean, so really, there are different options.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of these dogs here, and we could act like it's a hotel.
Yeah. So because I can't go to a fancy restaurant. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't go to a fancy
And then
hotel.
if you're married to someone like me, you can say that because I couldn't do a fancy restaurant because it'd make me too anxious. So we can't do a fancy restaurant anyway.
Too fancy?
No.
Yeah.
We can't get much more fancy than a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do.
And so, yes, we don't understand fully your situation.
No.
You are correct, but you don't understand. But as what I think we're asking as we do a hot take is, what of that and at what level are you capable of doing that?
Right. And I think back to me finding that note on my phone and I think how you were a little shocked by the note and that life was just going on. But even had I told you like how I felt then, you would have said, but you don't understand.
I would have.
You don't understand what all I have going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just where we were in that season at that time of you, but you don't understand. You have put all the pressure on me because you can't work anymore. All of those things because everybody has, but you don't understand.
And we're saying that to the other person even.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Whereas I could read this to you, if I would have expressed that to you then, that would have been met with.
You don't understand.
But you don't understand. What did you want me to do different? Mm-hmm. What do you want me to do different? Mm-hmm. So I think that.
I mean, that's what I would have said with an attitude. It wouldn't have been.
It wouldn't have been.
It wouldn't have.
Well, you don't understand. I mean, I get what you're saying, but you don't understand where I'm. That would not have been how that meant.
Not at all.
It would not have been met with eager ears or sympathetic listening.
Either one. All of them.
I don't know any other words to say.
So I like to always kind of joke at the gym that when we give reasons, that's the nice way of saying it's an excuse.
Yeah.
Because many times it is an excuse because if it's a priority, what do?
We'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then we like to give a reason, but really it's an excuse why I don't want to do it.
Right. Like, I mean, the things that I want to do that's a priority. I'm going to make it happen no matter what.
So if it's your marriage, you say, but you don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you don't understand your relationship is not important to you because you're not willing to do a small thing. And that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. So if you were to say, well, instead of saying that, I want you to say this. Instead of, well, you don't understand because I have then I want you change those words to, well, it's not important enough to me. And then go on with whatever you were about to say with your excuse. You just say, well, it's not important enough to me. So if it's about your marriage, you say, but you don't, what was the words? It's not important enough to me.
It's not important enough to me.
Yeah. So in that same conversation that day at the table, had that gone 2 years ago when I had wrote it, you could have said, but it's not important enough to me. That would
be, yes, that's basically what we're saying because I'm not willing to do anything about it.
Yeah.
So, I wish we'd spend time together, but wait a minute, you don't understand. So I just said, well, that's not important to me because I have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to spend more time with me. Can somebody else take the kids to their game? Yeah, but you don't understand.
No, I have to be there.
I have to be there and sit there and watch him just in case.
He could hit a home run today.
You're telling your husband or your wife, you're not important to me. Mm-hmm. You just told them that you're not important.
Right.
And so then when you change that around, instead of giving a reason, say, blah, blah, blah is not important to me.
Right. Yeah.
And that changes everything. Mm-hmm. And so you are 100% correct. We do not understand.
Right.
We do. I mean, you're exactly right. We do not understand everything. But we do understand that it can be excuses.
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of times, if you truly want to change, if somebody comes to me at the gym and says, I want to do this race or lose X amount of pounds, and I say, do this and this, got it, I'll do it.
Okay. Where do you want me to start with that first?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know they are ready for a change.
Mm-hmm.
If they come with me at a few excuses, few reasons, okay, you're not quite ready yet.
Right.
So we may have to revisit another time because you said
when you
you're
get your
ready,
mindset ready, then come back and we'll start from there.
and because you said you're ready, but you're not ready.
Yeah, you're kind of teetering.
So again, this puts husband or wife that's listening. This puts responsibility on you.
Right.
When we want to say, well, you don't understand it's him. Well, you don't understand it's her.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't understand I do blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't do blah, blah, blah.
I do all the heavy lifting and they do not.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of different aspects you have to look at.
Right.
There's a lot of, we'd love to give you just a one simple, one size fits all answer. Just like exercise, there's not a one size fits all program. And same thing with marriages. We come from different backgrounds. We have different goals. We have different expectations. We have different communication styles, different love language. All those things go into play. So we have to understand, what are we willing to do?
And it's funny you say love languages, and it's just like that. Like, yeah, her love language is touch, but you understand. I don't have time for that. Or her love language is acts of service, but you don't understand. I don't have time to do all that for her. So again, that's just where you say, her love language isn't important to me. That's what you're saying. So.
And I mean, when you talk about romance.
Romancing in the stone.
Like romance.
Oh,
romance.
Intimacy.
Yes.
Intimacy.
Intimacy.
Let me get the word.
Intimacy. You might say, but you don't understand.
Yeah.
And that would be a point where, okay, it's not important to you.
Right.
Husbands, but you don't understand how she is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but maybe you need to spend all the day wooing her, so the romance, intimacy happens later in the day.
Because the romance, the intimacy doesn't happen when you come home from work and you say, is tonight that night? It's not. If you hadn't started it throughout the day, it ain't right now. It is not going to be that night either. You've got to do a little bit of work ahead of time.
This is talking to fellas.
Yes. Because what was it that we have heard about? Women need, how's that go?
Okay, so
since we're right here,
yes.
This has nothing to do with the subject, but
a lot of times
go.
But you don't understand. And so here's what it is, guys. If we're talking about intimacy, romancing in the bedroom or wherever you want to romance at, men, you're looking for physical.
Yes.
Women, you're looking for emotional.
Yes. And so if you give her emotional,
men give her emotional,
she will give you physical. And if you get physical, if you're receiving the physical, then you'll give her the emotional. It's a constant loop.
And so if there are maybe issues there, it's maybe, men, because she doesn't want to be romantic. Well, maybe it's not because you're connecting with her emotionally. And women, if you're not connecting physically, then he's probably not connecting emotionally. But it doesn't mean there's either one side or the other. It has to go hand in hand.
So it can be this loop.
This loop around and round.
Give her emotional, give him physical. Then he's going to give her emotional. She's going to give him physical. It will just be a loop.
And we could really have a whole discussion about that.
A whole long discussion
about physical intimacy, how that works, how that looks, how we could go into more detail about it, but you don't understand. Well, as Kim and I have been educating ourselves over the last year, and part of her note was part of that was in her notes. And part of it is, as we educate ourselves, there's more to it than just how babies are made.
Yes, there is. How babies are made.
That's a good way of putting it, huh?
Yeah. You're 12.
There is more to it than that.
Yes,
And
there is.
we have
There's
learned,
more to it than wham, wham, thank you, ma'am, let's go.
we have learned a tremendous amount
Uh-huh.
in the last year about
How women work, how men work,
and how much that is an issue, and how does that look, and
the gap.
and future episodes we will share those things. We kind of have to build up.
One day.
Yes.
Someday I could tell my kids, we'll see.
Yeah. But we will share that. But there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
And there's things we're not taught. There's things that we're not educated on. It's not things we necessarily seek out.
You don't have that class in school.
There's not that class before you get married. There's not that class when you get married.
No.
We have had to intentionally seek it out. And some of those things that we've had to deal with before, and we've said those, but you don't understand.
Yeah.
And as we've realized, there's things we could have done differently individually,
right?
That we could have connected even better.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are. It's just as simple.
But I didn't understand, and you didn't understand.
No, we didn't understand it together.
Right.
But we'd tell each other, you don't understand.
Yeah.
And we were right.
Yeah, we didn't understand.
But we have been working on that.
Yeah.
And we will get to that in future episodes, because it is a huge barrier in marriages.
Yeah.
As we're learning. But we just want to share a little bit with you about, because we hear that from time to time, and we know that's what you're thinking, watching or listening is, but you don't understand. Mm-hmm. And you're right, we don't. Mm-hmm. But is what we are asking is that you take responsibility for it and say, what can I do better? Right. What can I do different? And am I using it as an excuse? And many times, just like you said, it's not important enough.
Yes.
And if that...
So if you just change your words to that,
you'll
go, oh, dang, that hurt a little bit. That would be like sticking the dagger right in.
Yes.
And twisting it if I said that out loud. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you're saying anyway.
And it can be hurtful.
Yes.
Hurtful to the other person, hurtful to you. So we're going to finish up with the hot take again, so we can leave that with you, because I think it's just a powerful one today.
Today's hot take. You don't understand is often the phrase we use when we want our excuses to feel more valid than our responsibilities.
So even if you're saying that to each other, you're just trying to validate your excuses.
Yes.
When it should be taking ownership and accepting the responsibilities that's being laid out in front of you. So as always, thank you so much for joining us on Marriage Hot Takes. We hope that you take this conversation, this hot take, and take it into your relationship, into your marriage, and be a conversation starter. That it may start some conversation of growth with each other, that you can become better as a couple and improve your relationship, because it is always, what can we do a little bit better today than we did yesterday? So thank you again for joining us. I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm Kim.
And we'll look forward to seeing you right here next time on Marriage Hot Takes.